Hello and welcome to a brand new Pokemon Showdown video. Today we're going to be making a team around, look at the little adorable thing. We're making a team around Axew. Yes, this is Little Cup before anyone goes, you're going to use that in OU? I mean, you probably could, to be honest, but this is a Little Cup team. We did the Ponyta team a couple of weeks back. I enjoyed Little Cup. I'm going to give it another go. This one's probably not going to go so well, in all honesty. It's like spoilers if you haven't seen the battles and you want to know like if I win or not. But we did pretty well. We'll leave it at that. So I want to duplicate that and do really well again. But at the same time, I want to try some sets that maybe aren't so mainstream, because a lot of the things that we used last time were actually pretty common because we came up against a lot of the same Pokemon that we were using. This time, We'll use some different stuff. Let's just leave it at that. And as for an Axew, the only thing I know this thing gets is like Dragon Dance. We'll go with like, I want to say we'll go with Mold Breaker, but I don't even know if that's the best thing we can do. We'll probably go with Mold Breaker. We'll go with like Outrage because it's more powerful. What else do you get? You get Poison Jab for fairies. That's a good idea. And do you really not get Earthquake? What? Axew doesn't get Earthquake. Okay, that... Do we run Dig Axew? I don't think so. I guess we'll go with something like Superpower then. Go with a Fighting type move. I really thought that it got Earthquake. But apparently not. So we'll go with it. Now, as for an item on this thing, I don't know. Normally on like anything that sets up physically, I would be like Lumberry. I want a Lumberry. However, honestly, I might just go with Focus Sash. Just to keep this thing alive, because it doesn't have great defenses. By no means are they the worst in Little Cup. By no means at all. But honestly, I don't know if it'd be worth putting an Eviolite on it. I think I'd rather just keep it Focus Sash so we can always go Dragon Dance up. And do we want positive speed or do we want positive attack? It's probably, yeah, it's only going to make a difference of like 1 point. Okay. There's an easy way to test this. What I'm going to do, the highest speed in this tier, is probably something like Diglett or Abra, one of those two. Is there anything in triple digits? Anything in triple digits. 100 on Voltorb. So Voltorb's probably the fastest. What speed do you go to at max? You go to 20. So there's nothing going to be faster than 20. Will outspeed 20 with Dragon Dance. There is no point in us having a positive speed nature. We can stick with Adamant. That set is done. Now, we need to build some defenses around Dragon type. Basically, we need something that resists Ice, Fairy. Oh dear, Ice, Fairy, and Dragon, so Steel. We need a Steel type. Magnemite has some pretty good offensive capabilities, considering we're in Little Cup. So does Beldum in a way, but Shieldon has monstrous defense considering it's in Little Cup. That's insane. Ferroseed? We can use that even though it's in NU, and Pawniard too. Ooh, I want to use a Ferroseed. I didn't realize you could use Pokemon that were in higher tiers. I mean, I know they're a first stage evolution, but I mean, this Pokemon's in NU. That it's telling me to use it. It's actually telling me to use it. Eviolite, what am I talking about? Of course we go with Eviolite. I was tempted to go Rocky Helmet for a second there, but no, Eviolite. I also know that Bullet Seed does a lot more damage in Little Cup than normally because the Pokemon have lower health. So when you're hitting multiple times, it's taking a lot more of their health. So just a little thing to have in mind on Bullet Seed. But on this Pokemon, we're going to run Stealth Rocks. We're going to run Leech Seed for some recovery, for certain. I kind of want to run something like Toxic, but at the same time, I really don't. We could run something like Thunder Wave. I don't know. Kind of want to run Bullet Seed, because grass type attacks are not something we have a lot of, or not something that you normally have a lot of. If we get like something with Energy Ball later on, we might change it over and not run Bullet Seed. We might run Toxic instead or something. I don't know. Gyro Ball is gonna be terrible in this game mode, I can already imagine, so we're not gonna run that. Instead, I think we're gonna run Thunder Wave to slow things down for the rest of our team. We're running a very utility-based Ferroseed here. very utility based, and you are definitely being shiny, because that blue is nice. Right. Specially defensive. We didn't cover that ice weakness. Which means I kind of want a water type. I would also resist the fire weakness of Ferroseed. Honestly, Frillish would also get rid of the fighting weakness of Ferroseed. I don't want to run Frillish again. Frillish was good, don't get me wrong. Frillish was an amazing pickup. There's Frillish, I couldn't see it for a second there. Frillish was an amazing special defense wall. However, I don't want to run the same things as last time. We know this Pokemon works, so, I mean, there's no reason not to run this on your team, really. I think it would pair really well. I just don't want to use it because I did it last time. I want to have some variation. So, I'm looking at Chinchou. Oh wow, that's really weak actually, but it has HP. I don't know if it's really worth running. I don't know. I really don't. Krabby has some very high attack stat considering its little cup. My god. 105. 105. Give that thing a choice band. I think we're going to run Chinchou. We're obviously going to give it Eviolite. I know it's two of the same item, but it'll be fine. We'll give it Volt Absorb so it doesn't get hit by electric attacks. At the moment, we have a very, very, very strong against electric and water team. My god. Right. Moves. What am I doing on this thing? I'm giving it Volt Switch for initiative. I'm giving it Scald, because burn. I'm giving it Ice Beam for coverage. Would help if I could spell. And we're going to give it... What else are we going to give it? I don't think we get anything that heals us. Could run Rest. Doesn't really strike me as a move that's going to be particularly useful, but we could run Rest. Or we could just give it Toxic and see how it goes. We'll just give it Toxic for now. And you are not going to be physically defensive, you're going to be specially defensive. Is that all the health you can get? That's really bad. Okay. This is going to have a weird EV spread. We'll give it the extra health, because honestly, why not? Although honestly, if we can give it... We could just give it... That spread looks nice. I guess. Yeah, we'll go with that. That'll be fine. That'll be perfect. I don't really know what I'm doing with the EV spreads yet. I normally just go with the recommended one because they're normally pretty good. So we'll see how that goes. That doesn't look good. I'm stroking my face a lot. I need to stop that. Now, we have a weakness to... We didn't have a lot of weaknesses. Fighting is probably the worst. But really, we don't have much to worry about. I mean, ground, a little bit. Ground, fighting, you know, we don't really have too much for weakness. That does imply a flying type, but I'm not going to go out of my way to deal with that as a weakness. We're just going to look for something that's pretty good. That's the only criteria I'm looking for, as long as it's pretty good. So, Abra, especially offensive, could be really good, but that'd be another Focus Sash user. We could take something like a Blitzel purely because it's fast, but that has low stats overall. We could take... I mean, Diglett's fast but has no defensive capability whatsoever. Evie is a Pokemon I did consider building this team around for a long, long time. I really did think, you know, adaptability, choice band, Evie could, like, double edge some things. But its stats just don't really give you that opportunity to do anything. They're so rounded and even, they just aren't great. So I decided against that. Maybe in the future, though. Especially offensive Ghastly, although, to be honest, it'd just be easier to run an Abra because it's faster and hits harder. I don't really know what I'm looking for, to be honest. Munchlax? Munchlax has some really good stats considering it's in Little Cup. Give it the thick fat. We could give it... Oh yeah, let's do this. Let's do this. So Eviolite is what I'm thinking, but I don't want to give every single one of my Pokemon Eviolite. So instead, we're going to give this leftovers. We're going to give it rest. Because we're going to make this thing really bulky. We're going to give it curse. Now, it has pretty good special defense already. So I don't know if I want to run anything like Amnesia or anything like that. I don't think I do. So you get Body Slam, right? Yep, good. We'll run Body Slam. And I think we'll also run... Normally people run Crunch, but I don't know if you even get Crunch. You don't get Crunch. Okay. Oh, that's going to be different. I'm not going to run Pursuit instead, because that's a really low base power move. What do we run? Do you get Shadow Claw? Do you get... I don't know. I'm wondering, because things that'll come in will probably be like Frillish, Ghastly, Miss Magius, maybe. No, not Miss Magius, Miss Dravus. Lick. Best move? I think so. Not gonna run that. We don't really have a lot to hit ghost types. I guess that's just something we'll have to deal with. And instead, we will run... I guess Earthquake. This set gets walled out very easily, I'm aware of that, but Earthquake's probably the best move we can take, so we'll go with it. And you're going to be physically offensive. I mean, we're going to be setting up curses anyway. Do you really need to be offensive? Not really. I'd rather have more in my special bulk that's not getting boosted. Did that even buff it? 1 point. I mean, sure. And we can get a little bit more in our health as well. I'm comfortable with splitting this a little bit. 4 points into speed, not going to do anything. 4 points. Those 4 points aren't going to be useful. That looks like a really weird EV set. There's probably a better way to do the EVs on this Pokemon, but either way, I want a set-up Munchlax, so we'll see how that goes. Now, what are we weak to? Now we actually have a fighting weakness. We have no real resistance to Dark or Ghost. So if one of those set up, that could probably sweep for our team. No real resistance to Ground. Is there a Fairy type with Levitate or something? That'd be great. Do any of you have Levitate? Levitate. Not by the looks of it. So screw Levitate. Instead, we will look at base stats. And honestly, the best base stat is probably Spritzy. Spritzy. I'm like, is this really a thing? Are we gonna run a Spritzy right now? Is that a thing? That can't be a thing. Spritzy? Really? Why can't I use Clefairy or something? Or Jigglypuff? You know, they'd be good. They'd probably be a lot better because Igglybuff and Cleffa. Damn it. I don't like Igglybuff or Cleffa right now. I would love it if we could use Swirlix, but Lil Kapoobas is a thing. We're going to run Spritzy, and we're going to give it a choice specs, and we're going to see how this goes. I don't know how I feel about this. I really don't. Do I want to be protected from Attract, Disable, Encore, and all that, or do I want to have Healer? I feel like Aroma Veil is going to be more useful. I don't know why. I think this only works in double battles, so we'll stick with Aroma Veil. If I've messed up there, I have. If not, oh well. We'll go with Moonblast, we'll go with Energy Ball, because they're two moves I really want. We'll go with Thunderbolt, that's a little bit of coverage. And we will also go with Psychic. And we'll see how that goes. Not going to do anything crazy with the rest of the points. 8 obviously isn't enough to do anything, because if it was, it would have already put the 8 points in. So we'll go with that set. That looks really weird. I haven't looked at what you look like shiny. I'm kind of curious. I don't hate it, but I don't love it. Munchlax, no. Chinchou we looked at. Ferroseed, you're staying blue, because that looks amazing. Alright, so we need something to round out this team. I want something fast. I want a Choice Scarf user. We do have a Rocks user, because we have Stealth Rocks on Ferroseed, so we don't have to worry about that. I want a Choice Scarf user on this team. We don't have any fighting types. I do like to have fighting stab on my teams. That's something that I personally like to do. Might not be the best in this scenario, I don't really know. What weaknesses do we have? Ground. Ground is still a weakness. There isn't a, like, fighting flying type. No. Though, I can dream. Is there even a fighting flying type normally? I'm looking forward to that when that happens. Okay, so flying types. I'm gonna have a quick look and see if there's anything here that I'm kind of interested in. Anything with normal or dark, they're gonna be not resisting fighting, so I have no interest in those. Woobat, maybe? But Woobat is weak to dark ghost, and I said before I don't really want the ghost types coming through a Shadow Ball and wrecking us. Yeah, I'm not seeing flying type being particularly useful. I'd rather have a fighting type. I'd rather have something like a Choice Scarf Mienfoo. Maybe? Don't know what moves this thing gets. I know it gets U-turn. I've seen that before. Gets Stone Edge. Okay, that's good. High jump kick. Risky as hell. That's all I have to say about that move. That move is risky as hell. Don't like that move. I really don't. It also gets Fake Out. Although if we're Choice Scarfing it, there's no point in having Fake Out. Didn't realise this thing got Aura Sphere. That's kind of intriguing. I think we could give it Knockoff, and we could give it like High Jump Kick. Lacking in a little bit of like type diversity maybe, but we'll see how it goes. I kind of want some speed. I want just that much speed, because that way we'll outspeed even Voltorbs. That's all the speed I want. Now can I put these 44 points anywhere where they'll do anything at all? No? Do I really have to give up on 44 points? That seems like a lot. I don't really know if that's a lot. I don't know at all. This is... I'd rather have physical defense than special defense, because priority moves are normally physical. Pretty sure I've made this point before, but just something to keep in mind. We'll give you a Choice Scarf, we'll see how this goes. You're definitely going to have Regenerator. Shiny, not shiny. Ooh, I don't like the blue. I don't like the red either. Oh god. I don't want either of these. I have no nickname for like any of these Pokemon because I normally name the evolved forms. Munchlax, we're just going to shorten your name to Max. That's simple, that's easy, that's done. Spritzy will because your name sounds like someone who's wearing a Febreze bowl. Best naming 2K16. Chinchou, you're Baby Patches, so you can be actually called Baby Patches. No, you need capitals. Capitals, please work. Ferroseed. I've had this on my team several times. Well, Ferrothorn anyway, and I don't know what I named it because they were so stupid and on the spot. So we're just gonna name you frickin' Hit Me. I don't know what I named this thing. I have no idea. Finally, we have Mienfoo, which is just going to be called, we'll just call you Tai. I'm getting that from Taekwondo and all martial arts, basically, but Tai is actually a name. I think it's spelled like that is the name, but if not, we'll see. And I think that is going to be our team. So this probably isn't going to perform as well as our last team, because this is a lot more using things that are different rather than using things that are common or we've used before. Like, I definitely think Frillish would fit better on this team. I really do. I think Frillish is a great specially defensive wall in Little Cup that can definitely pair well with Ferroseed, and it would just pair very nicely with the rest of this team. But we're not doing that because we used it before. We'll see how it goes. We're going to validate the team, because honestly I don't click this button enough. Team is valid. Okay. So, if you guys have enjoyed this Little Cup team building episode, please leave a like down below. Hit that subscribe button, it really helps out the channel. And without further ado, bye!